And a very nice and sunny Thursday afternoon with temperatures that warmed into the lower 70s for most locations. And for tonight, we will remain relatively mild for this time of the year. We are still in the upper 40s to even lower 50s for a few locations. We'd have a slight breeze out of the north, 3 miles per hour. That won't really cause any issues for tonight, cooling us off because the moisture levels have already begun to rise. So we will not be able to cool off any lower than the 40s this evening and into the overnight hours. The cold spots will be in the lower 40s. Pembroke is going to be one of those colder spots. 43 is your forecast low temperature. 46 the forecast low for us here in Savannah. So definitely a relatively mild start to our Friday. It will be chilly enough that you might need a jacket, but you will not need it during the afternoon hours. Highs will be in the upper 60s to lower 70s late in the day. That's when we do add in the chance for a couple of stray showers, but most of us will be missing out on anything in the way of rainfall until we get to the weekend with the next system moving into the southeast. So warm and dry for Friday for the most part. The rain will start to move in on Saturday. There is potential Saturday night and into early Sunday. We may see some freezing rain in our northern counties, mainly in Scranton and northern Hampton County, but the more significant ice situation is going to be more to the north. Augusta and points northward toward Columbia and upwards into the mountains of North and South Carolina, also North Georgia. So regional travel issues are likely. So we do going to be dealing with some impactful weather across the region and across the eastern U.S. Winter storm warnings are in place. Off to the west, this winter storm watch is in place for North Georgia and the upstate of South Carolina, including the Midlands of South Carolina. That is where we do have that greatest likelihood of having ice issues for us in the way of those roads being covered, and also power lines and trees may be coming down because of the heavier ice accumulating. It could be in excess of a ½ an inch for some spots. So Saturday morning, most of that activity will be off to our west as the area of low pressure gets a little bit closer to us throughout the day. Saturday and into Sunday, that's when the moisture will really start to move in. Notice the pinks on this map, that's the freezing rain, and that gets as close as Scranton County at this point, with heavy rain then becoming likely Sunday evening and overnight into Monday. But as that front pushes off of the coast, much colder air will be making its way in from the north, setting us up for a very cold next week with low temperatures back into the 20s. But as far as what Vipercast is indicating, the thickest ice could be accumulating Atlanta, Columbia, Greensboro, North Carolina, Charlotte. So the hubs, the airport hubs, are going to be having significant issues even here in Savannah because all of our flights generally go to some of those major hubs. As far as those temperatures next week, noticeably colder for those lows back into the 20s for Tuesday and for Wednesday. For tonight, 46 for the low temperature. The clouds will start to push back in, but especially throughout the day tomorrow. Highs will be in the upper 60s to lower 70s, so it will be a fantastic day to spend it outdoors. Enjoy it while it lasts because the weekend is going to be colder and rainier, and there is that risk, a low risk, for us dealing with some freezing rain early on Sunday morning. But overall, our local forecast is improving. A few showers possible for early Monday morning, but dry and colder for next week with high temperatures just in the 40s, lower 50s, lows in the 20s.
Definitely good to see a slight improvement.
Yeah,
Scott.
for us, but it's going to be a bad situation for areas to the north.
Well, a local mother